Ask the Doctor with Michael Lange begins in 10 seconds.
When it comes to your health, are you seeing the check engine light come on more than normal? It's time to get under the hood. It's time for Ask the Doctor with Dr. Michael Lange. Sponsored by Lange Eye Institute and Fortifeye Vitamins. Dr. Lange is a board-certified optometric physician and certified nutrition specialist, helping people see and feel better through proper nutrition for 25 years. The doctor is in. Call now with your questions at 877-969-8600. That's 877-969-8600. Here's your host, Dr. Michael Lange.
All righty. Good morning and welcome to Ask the Doctor or Ask the Doctors this morning. It's myself, Dr. Michael Lange, and my co-host, Dr. Susan Summerton, coming at you live. First show of the new year. So welcome 2024. We're going to have a great year, 2024. And of course, my moral support and bodyguard, Scuba Scott, is in here. Right, Scoobs?
Yes, I am. Hello, everybody. Hi, Susan. How are you? Saw some pictures. You've lost some weight.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations.
Dr. Summerton's doing amazing with her anti-aging longevity lifestyle. We're going to be talking a little bit about that today. But once again, I want to welcome everybody for 2024. Now is the time for all of you to make some dramatic life-altering changes in your life, all right? You and only you have the power to make these changes. And you know who you are, okay? Maybe you're overweight. Maybe you drink too much. Maybe you smoke too much. Maybe you're just plain old mean, all right? Don't go to the doctor for a pill. Don't go to the doctor for a Band-Aid. God made a pretty good body, and I'm famous for saying that. God made a pretty good body. As long as it's treated right and given the right fuel, the body can do some amazing things and just possibly improve your quality of life and give you some extra time on this great planet of ours, right? However, all of this does take quite a bit of willpower, sacrifice, dedication, determination, all of these things. But as they said on The Water Boy, you can do it, right? And that's what this show's all about, educating you, the listener, the viewer, helping you to make some of these positive health changes for 2024. So good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where you're watching this show throughout the world. You're listening to Ask the Doctor, and I'm your host, Dr. Michael Lange, for over 30 years now. I'm a board-certified optometric physician, certified nutritional specialist, the founder of the Lange Eye Institute and Fortifeye Vitamins. And this is a live call-in show dedicated to you, the listener. So if you've got a question, give us a call at 1-877-969-8600. That's 1-877-969-8600. You can learn more about the supplements that we're involved in research and development of at fortifeye.com. That's Fortifeye, fortifeye.com. I'm going to give you the phone number for the Fortifeye Vitamins. I'm going to give it to you twice. Get a pen and paper and write this down. It's 866-503-9746. That's 866-503-9746. And you can come to the Lange Nutrition Center in Ocala, Florida, right across from the Paddock Mall, upstairs, large 2-story building. That's also where Reboot hails from. Dr. Poser, the plastic surgeon, Dr. Patrick Watson, neuropsychologist, and also Michael Moore, the hearing guru. And we have an acupuncturist there as well, all upstairs, right there where the Lange Nutrition Center is. And then on Clearwater, right there on McMullen Booth Road, you can come to the Fortifeye Nutrition Center, right there on Clearwater, McMullen Booth Road in the Bayside Bridge Plaza, right where Publix is. Fortifeye Vitamins, and we're open on Saturdays until 3. I don't know if I'm coming there today, however. It's rainy. It's miserable out there. I don't know how many of y'all are going to be getting out of the house. I might stay at home. I might go to the gym and work out, but who knows? I might show up around 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock, maybe for an hour. Let's say I'll show up for an hour today from 11 to 12 at the Fortifeye Nutrition Center. All right, with that, I'm going to open up the phone lines. I'm going to talk to Dr. Susan Summerton, 1-877-969-8600. Even though it's raining, you can call the radio show. You're not going to get electrocuted. 1-877-969-8600. 8600. Good morning, Dr. Susan Summerton from the Lange Eye Institute and Fortifeye Vitamins. How the heck are you this morning?
Good morning, Dr. Lange and Scott and all our listeners out there. I'm also here in the villages where it's raining as well, but looking forward to a great 2024 this year, filled with lots of increase and improvement in our health and longevity, and just helping our listeners out there to just improve their life and just feel good.
Absolutely. And before we start taking any calls, I just want to comment on how well you've done before the new year. Dr. Summerton has always been in amazing condition. I mean, he used to be an aerobics instructor, and with all of us, during the pandemic, a lot of us, didn't do what we're supposed to do. Maybe we ate too much, didn't exercise enough, and we got out of a little bit of shape. But Dr. Summerton totally changed things. I mean, she started working out. She's my workout partner during the week. She joined Orange Theory. She's on a great diet. She's taking some of the Fortifeye supplements and the proteins, and she's back. I got to say, you look like you're back to your weight when you were like 23 years old. Tell us a little bit about this journey.
Well, I am pretty excited about it. And I am guilty of, during the pandemic, slacking off, and we all got out of our routines, and you kind of lose track of where you were. So back on track. Mainly, I still substitute one meal every day for the great protein shake. And that meal can vary. I work out every single day, and it's an effort. Some days I work out before work. So that means going to bed early at night and getting up very early in the morning to get there. But it's worth it when you start seeing the effects and feeling the effects, and your motivation might be different. I looked at the scale, and I wasn't happy about the scale weight, but it's the percent body fat and the muscle mass. And I was able to monitor that and see the body fat go down and the muscle come up, even though the weight on the scale might not go down. And then also you looking at the way the clothes fit and how the energy levels change, and just noticing what you put in your body makes you feel better or makes you feel worse. I personally have to keep gluten out of my diet. I'm not celiac disease, but gluten just doesn't react well with my body. So keeping gluten out also keeps out all the bad stuff, the cookies, the cakes, all that, because those all contain gluten. And then just making sure I get enough protein so that when you're on a weight loss journey, you don't just lose muscle, you also are going to build that. You want to lose fat and build the muscle by getting enough protein in there. And those whey protein shakes are one of my favorite ways and easy ways to do that, because now that I'm getting protein, I make mine with water. So I'm also getting more hydration into my diet as well. But lots of ways people can do it. It's about putting more good into your life, and then you eliminate the bad and listen to your body, how it feels.
Now, which protein do you use? Do you use the flavored, the vanilla, or the chocolate, or the unflavored?
My go-to is the chocolate, because I like the flavor of the chocolate. I just mix chocolate with water. I like the vanilla when I'm in the mood to add a little bit extra to it. So when I'm putting in the berries, I like putting frozen berries in sometimes. I like making little recipes with the vanilla, making some like that cheesecake recipe with cottage cheese, blending it. So it just depends. Chocolate and vanilla, I have both of them stocked in my cabinet.
Yeah, so she's talking about the Fortifeye Super Protein that comes in chocolate and it comes in vanilla. This is grass-fed, non-denatured, New Zealand grass-fed, non-denatured whey protein. And whey protein is one of the best ways to help you build muscle, lose fat, all right, and stimulate your immune system at the same time. Remember, a good whey protein, when you're looking for whey protein, you got to look for three things. Make sure it says grass-fed, make sure it says non-denatured, and where the cows come from, okay? If it says all three of those, you're in good shape. Non-denatured means it hasn't been heated above 200 degrees for 30 minutes. Ours is only heated to 72 degrees for 15 seconds. So that's cold pasteurization. And remember, if it's grass-fed, it's going to be higher in omega-3 instead of higher in the pro-inflammatory omega-6. So a good grass-fed, non-denatured whey protein. Fortifeye does that for you. All naturally flavored organic stevia is used for a Fortifeye Super Protein. And then I'm holding up in front a bag right here. This is a 60 serving bag or a whey isolate. And a whey isolate goes one step further by removing the fat. So none of these have casein, none of these have lactose in it. So if you have a milk problem, you probably won't have a problem to whey protein. Remember, whey protein is the perfect protein. It has a PDCAAS score of 1. And everybody's trying to get their vegan proteins to have a PDCAAS of 1. And it's been very, very difficult. But I got to tell you, with the Fortifeye research team, Dr. Summerton being one of them, Dr. Hall, myself, the rest of the gang, we have developed a new vegan protein. All right, all you vegans out there, I have not been the biggest advocate of the vegan diet for years for many reasons. And one of the reasons is a lot of you vegans have trouble getting a complete protein that's actually high in branched chain amino acids. You might get a complete protein, but the branched chain amino acids aren't that high. Therefore, it can be difficult or more difficult for you to build muscle as fast as you could if you were taking a whey protein. However, you're not going to take a whey if you're a vegan, right? So we have developed one that's going to be called Fortifeye Vegan Super Protein. We worked on the taste forever. I bought every single whey protein you could, vegan protein you could buy at Whole Foods. I mean, there was like 17 of them. And we tested all of them. Every one of them was grainy and chalky tasting. Doc Hall, when he started drinking it, started coughing. They were all chalky. We started developing prototypes. We went through 25, 26 different prototypes, and they were still chalky. We finally have developed one using upcycled barley, that is sprouted barley, sprouted non-GMO pea protein. We've added velocitol to it and a natural sweetener, all right, using stevia and monk fruit. And we've tested the amino acid profile, and it's as high as whey protein. Certain things are much higher than whey protein, and it has a PDCAAS score of 1. So we're going to have that out in about a month. It's going to come in vanilla, chocolate, and also it's going to be available in salted caramel mocha. And Dr. Summerton has been in the taste test with us for, almost a year now, haven't you? And we finally nailed the taste and the texture.
We have. It's been really fun using all the different flavors and experimenting with them and seeing what our listeners and our patient base would like and how we can really improve and expand and customize. We want to target everybody's needs. And there's an interesting show on Netflix about You Are What You Eat, and it's identical twins. And they compare a diet to omnivores and vegans. It's only a short study. It's only about 8 weeks. But that was one of the biggest things, like you mentioned, Dr. Lange. The vegans, they actually, if they didn't do it right, they only lost muscle. They didn't even lose any fat. So they had to really concentrate on eating a lot as a vegan to get that amount of protein. But the benefits of doing that, they were also able to show that they improved their DNA, their length of the DNA, which actually helps and slows down aging. So it's, again, you're vegan or even omnivore, you still have to put the right foods into your body that your body's going to react and give you that longer, healthier life and get that good protein. And there is some people bring up to me, they're a little concerned that they think the old stigma of taking a protein supplement is just for the bodybuilders. Well, it's not. It's for everyone, all ages. I have my kids take it. My mom takes it. I know your mom takes it. So it's just about getting those good nutrients, basically the fuel into your body, no matter what your age, your activity level, just putting the right amount of ratio of protein into your body, because we know better resistance, more muscle helps us live longer and healthier.
Right. And a lot of us, we've taken some polls with our patients, aren't eating enough protein for breakfast. Okay. We're having, a bowl of cereal, colorful dyed sugary cereal, a bagel, a cup of coffee, a grapefruit, a cup of coffee, some orange juice, toast, oatmeal. And nobody's eating protein, and they should. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a good egg omelet with lots of vegetables sauteed in some coconut oil, even olive oil on low heat. But it's a good way. You have a protein shake in the morning. It's quick. You take 1 scoop of our of the chocolate super protein and maybe a scoop of the organic blue-green superfood and just mix it up in water. Boom, that takes 5 seconds. Drink it in the car on the way out. Or for those of you that are extremely busy like us, you could just have some bottle of water, spring water in your car, have one of the Fortifeye Super Proteins in your car and the jug of the superfood and a shaker. And then on the way to work, you just put a scoop of the organic blue-green superfood. That's 16 servings, 16 different organic fruits and vegetables, 6 adaptogenic organic mushrooms, and enzymes and probiotics. Take a scoop of that, a scoop of which protein you like, shake it up in water, drink it down, boom. You know, you got a 10-second breakfast that's better than the breakfast you probably were eating, and you're getting 22 grams of protein. So think about that. Check it out on the website, fortifeye.com, Fortifeye, fortifeye.com. Go to the performance nutrition section or the protein section. Look at the research, look at the science, look at the studies behind our proteins. All right. You'll be very impressed. Also, look at the organic blue-green superfood. Now, once again, wanting to lose a little weight, that should be on your New Year's resolution. Everybody should be getting to your ideal body weight. So if you're overweight, losing weight, if you're underweight, gaining weight, and we can have something that would do both of that, both. So that is our healthy weight loss bundle. And the healthy weight loss bundle on fortifeye.com, you use that as a meal replacement each day to lose weight, but you use it as an additional meal to gain weight. Okay. So check it out. Healthy weight loss bundle comes with the superfood, comes with the protein, comes with the enzymes and the probiotics. All right. We're getting ready to take some phone calls, but the phone lines are open. First show of the year. Remember, this is a live show. This is January 2024. I did take off the holidays. I went up to the panhandle of Florida. We spent time at Seaside right on the beach with my family. I took my mom over to Ochsner Hospital, a 4-hour drive to New Orleans Ochsner Clinic. She went through her physical, all her routine blood work. We were there one afternoon. Everything came back virtually normal. She does need to eat a little extra protein. She stopped taking her omega-3, so her triglycerides were up just a little bit. But for 96, the doctors were very impressed. So we spent an afternoon in New Orleans at Ochsner Clinic. As you can see, I got a Tulane sweatshirt on right now. My daughter's considering going to Tulane. And then we went back to Seaside and hung out there for New Year's with the family. So it was good to have some time off. And I'm off until Tuesday. So I'll be back in the saddle this Tuesday seeing patients at the Lange Eye Institute, along with Dr. Summerton and Dr. Lori Caputi. Of course, Doc Hall is there doing free nutritional consultations. I got to do a shout out to the crew that's working at the Lange Eye Institute right now, because I know they're listening to us. And Tamie Lange, my wife, is cracking the whip right now. She's there. She was there at 6 this morning. She has come back to the team. I mean, Mackenzie's 17, almost 18. She raised our daughter for the last 17 years, but she's back in the saddle running the Lange Eye Institute. And we've got some pretty interesting things going on for the new year. We put a bunch of new examination lanes in, state-of-the-art examination equipment. We're building a nutrition corner as we speak for Dr. Hall and for all of us in the optical, a nutrition corner. We're widening the optical. Construction crew is in there now taking down some poles and widening the optical dramatically. So we've got a lot of exciting things going on, some brand new high-tech equipment at the Lange Eye Institute. So all of that is to, better the care we give our patients at the Lange Eye Institute. Remember, when you come to the Lange Eye Institute, see Dr. Summerton or myself or Dr. Hall and our gang, you're getting certainly eye care, the most advanced eye care possible, but you're getting it with a nutritional twist. We do go over things like your diet, your exercise regimen, the right supplements, the supplements to take, the supplements to avoid. So we go that extra mile. Remember, we make your eyes healthier. We're making your body healthier. If we make your body healthier, we're making your eyes healthier too. So it's a synergistic effect. All right, phone lines are open. Give us a call. This is a live call-in show. And I'm waiting for a call from Philadelphia, Indiana, Arizona. We're on some new stations there. Let us know that we're coming in loud and clear. It's 1-877-969-8600. 1-877-969-8600. And Dr. Summerton, we got some new exam lanes that are pretty cool now, don't we?
We do, and I'm privileged. I got to try it first because they're already installed and up and running, and we've got 2 full brand new lanes, and it's so amazing to use that brand new equipment. They've got this nice red light glow to them. We have these slit lamps that give us such vivid images of the eyes, and it just makes for a better eye exam for everyone. And we have more room, and we can improve the flow. And I do want to give a shout out too. You mentioned our team. We have such a great team there, and it does take a team from every step, from when the moment you check in to your workout with our technicians, to our great equipment, top of the line, to seeing each doctor, to then going out to the optical. We've really focused on every aspect to make it a good journey from check-in to check-out, and to cater to all our patients' custom needs. And we do get compliments, and it makes us really feel good when we get that feedback about a good job and a good experience they're having while they're there. And we're for questions. We're questions on the radio. We're questions for when you're in the exam room. We're here to help. And if you don't ask questions, we don't know what to tell you sometimes. So we encourage you to call in, and we encourage you to come in the clinic while you're there. I mean, the origin of the word doctor is teacher. So we're there to help you.
Yep. And that's the Lange Eye Institute in the Villages, Florida. The Lange Eye Institute in the Villages, Florida. I'm going to give you the phone number. It's 352-753-4014. That's 352-753-4014. Or you can go to drmichaellange.com, drmichaellange.com. Also, we did have a caller from New Orleans. I think it was Miss Betty that we lost. Listening to me talk about some of that in Tulane, Ochsner Hospital. Maybe I'll talk about some roast beef po' boys and some jambalaya and crawfish etouffee and seafood gumbo. I guarantee. That's my Cajun accent coming out. I grew up in New Orleans. All right, we're going to go to the phones. I think Gina in California has been waiting patiently. Gina, good morning. Thanks for holding. Pretty early in the morning over in your part of the country.
I said, that was good. I got a sermon while I was waiting. I didn't hear you at all. So just before Christmas, I called you and you had about 40 seconds left. So I just wish you Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. But the question I had, get right to the question this time. I had the laser on that spark in my eye, and then I had my eyes checked, and they said they couldn't correct that eye anymore. But then my new glasses broke, and I picked up an old pair and I put them on, and I can see just fine. So do you have any ideas?
Yeah, so it sounds like you need to go back and have your refraction checked. The refraction is when you sit behind that machine called the phoropter, and the doctor goes, which is better, 1 or 2, 3 or 4, which is better, 4 or 5. Sounds like they did not do the right job. They made a mistake, because if you see better with your old glasses than your new glasses, that ain't right. Excuse my French. So I would go back and they should. I
thought maybe I had swelling or something from the procedure still.
Well, it's possible.
And maybe that's why my prescription turned different.
Yeah, if you had the laser procedure and you had the refraction checked too early after the procedure, it's possible that the refraction changed a little bit. But if it hasn't been that long, I mean, if it's been within 3-4 months, they'll probably recheck that refraction at no charge and then give you a new prescription. Oh. And if you had glasses made and it's not correct, you need to go back to them and tell it's never been right. You paid for those glasses, so
I did.
Have them done.
I bought 2 pairs.
Yeah, have them recheck the refraction and remake the glasses, and it should be no charge unless it's been a year.
That's so cool. I am so happy I found you, because the education that I've gotten is like, as soon as I saw that spark, I knew what it was. I went to the doctor, and they were like, boom, 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 got it fixed. And I could have went blind because that was a tear in my retina there, I guess. I don't know if I'm remembering that right.
Right. You probably had a torn retina. That's right. And they lasered it and they fixed it.
Melted part of my brain there. I'm the great grandma that doesn't sound like a great grandma.
No, you don't. Gina, let me ask you a question. When you were on hold, You were hearing a sermon, you said? A religious sermon instead of the show?
Yeah. That was okay. God
Okay.
works in mysterious ways.
Maybe we'll fix it so you can listen to the show on your own hold instead. So the engineers are looking at
that
me
would be
right
good.
now going, let's see what we can do.
But the sermon was have no fear. And I'm like, oh, maybe I needed to hear that. Like,
Amen.
have no fear. We're
Hallelujah.
not afraid, are we?
We can
No,
all use a little
we're
more
not
religion,
afraid.
let me tell you.
Yeah, no way. We're going to head into a new year right now, and we're going to have a lot of fireworks. And I'm telling everybody, it's okay. God's got this. We're okay. We're eternal. Remember that. We're all eternal. It just depends on where you want to live. You want to live on the sun, or you want to live walking, or you want to be a farmer. Just let us know, okay? It's your choice.
Gina, I appreciate your call. Thanks for the call. Let's stay in touch.
Okay, you too.
All
Take
right.
care and
Bye-bye. Happy New Year.
charge out and get in that race car for me. I want to hear the boom boom.
It's time to get back racing again. It really is. All right.
That's right, Blackie. You get back on that strip and let's go.
Bye-bye. All
Bye.
right. You guys are listening to Ask the Doctors this morning. Dr. Michael Lange and Dr. Susan Summerton, both of the Lange Eye Institute. Give us a call at 1-877-969-8600. That's 1-877-969-8600. We started talking about protein, how whey protein is the most bioavailable protein, and it can help with muscle loss can help with, muscle loss, which is sarcopenia, and weight loss. So when you're on a diet, it's very important to be working out and taking the right amount of protein, because many of you, when you go on a diet, especially these starvation diets, you lose weight, but you lose muscle and you get really wrinkly. All right. You look at your biceps and you look at your thighs and they're really creepy and wrinkly. So you got to work out when you're on a diet. It's as simple as that. You got to add more protein. How much protein is it? And you can't have high calorie protein. So just whey protein. I mean, our whey protein isolate has 0 carbs. All right. It's like calories. You're looking at 90 calories for a scoop with 0 carbs and 0 sugar. And you mix that up in water and shake it down, you got 21 grams of protein. So remember, if you want to build muscle, you need about 70% of your weight in protein daily. If you're an extreme athlete, you need 100%. You need 1 gram per body weight. So if you weigh 200 pounds, you need 200 grams of protein. But most of you are going to be fine with 70% of your body weight in protein. So remember, when you're on a diet, you got to consume enough protein. Otherwise, you lose muscle, and that's why you lose weight so fast, but then you get skinny and wrinkly. Now, we got something coming out, and it's actually already been made. 2 new products. They're in the microbiology lab being tested. People don't realize there's a lot of testing you have to do when you make new supplements. They actually quarantine these supplements after you make them for a period of time to make sure that no bacteria or fungus or mold grows in them. And then they look under it with microbiologists, and they look at with microscopes under slides and things to make sure that it's all copacetic and legit. So our Fortifeye Fit Pro, the ultimate muscle fuel, is going through that, and our Fortifeye Rejuvenate is going through that. So they started it earlier this week, and it will be complete by the end of by the beginning of next week, and then they'll be sent here from Atlanta, Georgia. So we'll have the Fortifeye Fit Pro very soon and the Fortifeye Rejuvenate. Remember, Fit Pro is going to aid in giving the nutritional support to build muscle, strength, endurance, and help your skin, hair, nails, bones, and joints. All right. And Fortifeye Rejuvenate is the latest in collagen technology. It's a collagen tripeptide. This is much smaller than a peptide. Everybody's using collagen peptides. We're one of the first in the United States to use collagen tripeptides. This is called Moracal Marine Collagen Tripeptide. It's only 3 tiny amino acids. It absorbs much quicker and much faster than a peptide, being able so you can use less. The studies indicate just 1 gram of this decreases fine lines and wrinkles by 10 times, 8 times skin elasticity, 6 times skin hydration. And then remember, we've added hyaluronic acid, rice ceramides. We've added a superfood complex called Dermaval. We've added liposomal vitamin C, pure whey vitamin C. We've added a little vitamin A, B, D, and E. all to this formula. So it kind of acts as a multivitamin as well. It's going to be for joints, skin, hair, and nails. Ideal for you on the diet for your New Year's resolutions. You take a scoop of the Fortifeye Fit Pro before you work out, 30 minutes before. It's going to give you extra energy. It's going to help you recover. It's going to give you strength. And then during the day, as a dessert, you'll have the Fortifeye Rejuvenate. Shake it up in water and drink it down. Now we're going to help you from the inside out, helping to build muscle, lose fat, minimize fine lines and wrinkles, help your joints, skin, hair, and nails. Sounds like a miracle, doesn't it? So we're waiting for that miracle. Once again, Fortifeye Fit Pro and Fortifeye Rejuvenate very, very soon. Remember, a month down the road, we'll also have the super vegan protein. And you know, Dr. Summerton, before we go to the next call, we're going to talk about this. Dr. Summerton, you and Doc Hall and our entire staff were also instrumental in the Rejuvenate and the Fit Pro doing taste test and reformulating and tasting. Some of the things we came out with weren't too delicious, and the finalized products are pretty good, aren't they?
They're excellent. And we did try some that we thought were going to be good, and then we just didn't like them. And we're very selective over top quality. We want the absorption, but we also want the experience of tasting it and eating it to be pleasurable too. So we don't want it where you're going to cough up and not enjoy it. So we looked at all aspects of it, a quality product, not contaminated. It's going to absorb into your body, and it's actually going to taste good, and you're going to enjoy it as well. So I am super excited about the products coming out. I've actually been experimented. I haven't had any of the new fit on hand, but I've been experimenting with the collagen, and I've actually used the collagen before my workout with a glass of water in the morning. And when I work out at Orange Theory, they wear a heart rate monitor. And I've actually been able to get my heart rate higher, not feeling like I've been working out any harder, getting a more productive workout with having that glass of water with the collagen in my system. And then I mentioned it to some other of the people that work out there, and they've actually noticed an improvement too. So the collagen has a benefit to the workout as well as the fit. So we're excited about all the products coming out. And then we follow it up, of course, when you're done with that workout with that protein to make sure you build that muscle that you've worked so hard with that resisting training on. So coming soon. We can't wait.
Yes. All of us are waiting. And a lot of you are already pre-ordered the Rejuvenate, and you can pre-order it now at a little bit of a discounted rate. So go to fortifeye.com, Fortifeye, fortifeye.com, and you can go to under the section skin or joints, and you can see Rejuvenate. You can learn about the science section, see all the studies, and you can pre-order it. I recommend it because our first batch, we ordered 5,000 bottles. They're going to go very quickly. And the next order was going to go much faster because we've already designed it. So you can get on that to order the Fortifeye Rejuvenate. The Fit Pro section of the website will be up next week, and the protein, the new vegan protein, will be up next week as well. Also, we've got the new glaucoma vitamin coming out very, very soon as well. It's called Fortifeye Eye Pressure and Neurocognitive Support. This is a supplement, evidence-based supplement. It will be the first in the United States that's using Numentics, a spearmint derivative that's been shown to help cognitive abilities, help brain health, and help neuroprotection of the ganglion cells in the retina. That's neuroprotection of the optic nerve. It's been shown in clinical studies, animal studies currently, to do that, and human studies for the brain. And we added mirtogenol, a combination of bilberry and pine bark extract, to help lower intraocular pressure to a healthy state. So this is not a treatment or a cure for glaucoma. It can be used in conjunction with your glaucoma treatment. And for those that are suspicious for glaucoma, maybe it's something that we can start putting patients on to help decrease the chance of them getting glaucoma. So we got 4 new supplements coming out very soon. All right, remember, you can order Rejuvenate now, pre-order, and we should have it very soon. Phone lines are open, 1-877-969-8600. That's 1-877-969-8600. Let's go. I've got a hat on that says, I'm with Steve. If you see in the video right now, I'm with Steve. And look, the next caller is Steve. Steve in Clearwater. Steve, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Fabulous. And yourself?
Yeah, okay. I was just wondering, this we go through these phases in medicine where something becomes very, very popular, and right now that's diabetic drugs for weight loss. Like Wegovy and all this stuff.
Right? Right?
Mm. Well, is it possible that you were talking about how blood sugar affects nearsightedness versus farsightedness?
Mm-hmm.
Have you come across any literature that would explain whether these drugs, because they do affect the sugar balance, if they have any effect on eyesight?
Well, it's interesting, and in a minute I'm going to let Dr. Summerton chime in because she's somewhat of an expert in this arena. So she knows a lot about these drugs and what their benefits are and what the potential side effects are. But let's say hypothetically you're a patient that's maybe borderline diabetic suspect, all right, or maybe you're not. You're overweight and you were put on this medication to lose weight, and you were borderline diabetic and didn't realize it. I see many patients that get on these medications that come in, and let's say hypothetically they're a -4 myope and they've been a contact lens patient of mine for the last 4 or 5 years and a -4. Now they've lost the weight and their blood sugar is probably under better control. And now they're a -3 myope. They improve. Remember, elevated blood sugar causes you to get more myopic and more nearsighted. When your blood sugar drops, you can get more farsighted. Your vision can improve to a certain extent. And that's a little bit misleading because a lot of times you'll say when your blood sugar's up, your vision is going to get blurry. Well, that's if you're nearsighted. If you're normal, and that's called emmetropic, and you have no prescription, your blood sugar goes up, your vision will get blurry in the distance. That's right. You'll get nearsighted, and your near vision will be better. But it's a little bit misleading to grade that because if you're farsighted, that means you can't see up close. Well, then if your blood sugar goes up, you get less farsighted. Your vision's going to get better. And so you can't always say that, oh, your blood sugar's up, your vision's blurry, because that might not be correct if you're farsighted. Dr. Summerton, you know a little bit about these medications. You want to chime in?
Yeah, we have seen drastic changes in patients' blood sugars, the A1Cs improving. They are working really well. Now, the studies tell us when they start these medications, if their A1C is very high, and they get a great improvement, which is wonderful, but it's quick and it's sudden. And so those up and downs, whether it's for the better or for the worse, within that first year, we have to watch these patients carefully because even though their blood sugar is improving, their diabetic retinopathy can actually get worse because it's a sudden change. Now, after that first year, when everything stabilizes, then we see improvements again in that diabetic retinopathy. But it's just during that first year, that sudden change. I mean, we've seen patients, their A1C was 13, and then it comes right down to like 7, even close to 6 within that kind of 3-month time. And that's a huge change over a small period of time. And so the body has to, it's like that wants that homeostasis and then wants that balance. So we just have to watch the patient. We want them to improve their blood sugar, but we also need to make sure their eyes stay healthy throughout the process.
Right. Diabetic retinopathy is one of the leading causes of blindness worldwide, not vision impairment. I mean, macular degeneration is the leading cause in this country of vision impairment, but not blindness. Diabetic retinopathy, diabetes is the leading cause of blindness. There's an interesting study that came out not too long ago, a few years back, and you can look at it on a website called healthbenefitsofomega3.com. 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 And I think it's 1 or 2 down, and it talks about omega-3 and diabetics reducing the chance of blindness by as much as 50%. So eating more fish or taking a good omega-3 like Fortifeye Super Omega. Remember, an RTG form omega-3 is benefit for these diabetics as well. So I recommend all diabetics eating more fish unless they're allergic to it or there's a contraindication, and taking a good omega-3 fish oil, Steve.
Okay. One more question. There is a drug on the market called Epsilon. It's for strokes. Now, the word Epsilon, the SEL, comes from selenium. It's a selenium-containing drug. And the mechanism by which it works is it takes oxidized ascorbic acid and changes it back to the reducing form, the regular ascorbic acid, which means that they're obviously admitting that vitamin C is very good in an ischemic situation. It's a dehydroascorbic acid recycling agent. Would that be good if you had a real bad case of ischemia in the eyes, like at the optic nerve, or something was going on like that, like a stroke in the eye? That epsilon, would that be good for something like that?
I got nothing on that. I don't know enough about that drug. I don't know if Dr. Summerton does or not. Dr. Summerton, you want to chime in?
Yeah, I haven't seen any studies yet as far as with the eye come out. I just know it also has something to do with activating the glutathione as well.
Right.
So
Right.
I imagine if we can improve their glutathione, it's going to help it as well.
Right. Well, I think,
Well, it's interesting, but the way it does it is it reduces the thiols in the body back to reduced sulfide instead of sulfate. What is very interesting is I think that whey protein, because it's reduced, would be very good for any ischemic situation too.
Well, remember, whey protein, especially if it's grass-fed, non-denatured, is very high in something called covalent bonded cysteine, right?
Right.
And so covalent bonded cysteine combines with 2 other amino acids to form what? Glutathione, right? And glutathione is the master antioxidant in our body. Also, it's for detoxification. So that's another reason whey protein is so good for our bodies. But remember, all whey protein is not created equal. And that's why we educate people on this show. The majority of whey protein is kind of like the majority of omega-3 you buy over the counter. I say stay away from it because the majority of whey protein has been denatured under high heat and acid, made in countries that I prefer not to buy things from. These cows are fed genetically modified grains high in omega-6 in feedlots where there's a billion cows and, in a closet. So it's not the best conditions for these cows. They're fed growth hormone and antibiotics and all that you're consuming. So that's why we do our whey protein, New Zealand, grass-fed, pasture-raised, non-denatured. That's called Fortifeye Super Protein. But you bring up a valid point. 2 things, glutathione and vitamin C are very good for you. You can't OD on either one of them. I mean, you can take 10,000 milligrams of vitamin C a day. You might have diarrhea, but it's not going to hurt you. You could take a whey protein, every hour or 2. It's not going to hurt you. Or lots of vitamins, especially the fat-soluble vitamins, if you take too much, you can build up toxic levels. So those are 2 things for the new year, Steve and Susan, that we recommend for everybody for that anti-aging regimen. Taking some good vitamin C, taking a good whey protein, maybe making a smoothie. Yeah, thanks for the call, Steve. You always have some great feedback, and sometimes it goes way above my head.
I want to tell you, I take personal pleasure in hearing about all your new construction and all your new things, and you're just going to be able to do God's work more effectively. I think that's fantastic, and good luck to you for 2024.
Well, thank you, Steve. I appreciate it. And I always say God uses me as a tool. I work through God to help people. And so I still got a lot more to do on this planet. All right. Phone lines are open. We're getting ready to go to the next call. If you got a question, give us a call. 1-877-969-8600. 1-877-969-8600. Remember, come see us at the Lange Eye Institute. You can see Dr. Summerton, myself, Dr. Hall, and Dr. Caputi at the Lange Eye Institute in the Villages, Florida. If you're in Ocala, Florida, and you want any of the Fortifeye vitamins and other supplements, go to the Lange Nutrition Center. See Mandy or Mary upstairs at the Lange Nutrition Center right on State Road 200, across the street from the Paddock Mall, large 2-story building. Remember, today, for about an hour, I will be at the Fortifeye Nutrition Center in Clearwater on McMullen Booth Road, right there in the Publix Plaza, Bayside Bridge Plaza. I'll be there from 11 to 12, only for an hour, today from 11 to 12. All right, remember, check everything out at fortifeye.com, FORTIFEYE, and the phone number for Fortifeye Vitamins, I'm going to give it to you once, so I'm going to say it slow, 866-503-9746. We're going back to the phones. Let's go to Janine in the Villages. Thanks for holding, Janine.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
I am calling on behalf of my elderly mom who has dry macular degeneration. She has been told by her eye doctor that she should begin getting shots in her eye, a shot called Savory.
Mhm.
What do you? I thought that shots in the eye were for wet macular degeneration only.
Right. So that's a great question. And it used to be for the wet form of macular degeneration would do injections, but now, big pharma wants to make more money, right? So now there's a drug for a specific type of dry macular degeneration. If you have geographic atrophy, and that's easy enough to do, we do a digital photo and OCT scan and we see if that's the right type, that the studies indicate it may help slow it down, okay? It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
indicate that it improves it, but it may help slow it down. Now, they haven't been doing these a long time, so we also always have to look at the pros and the cons, right? We got to see if the
Yeah.
risks are worse than if the benefits outweigh the risks, then and excellent. So remember, you're putting a shot in the eye. When you put a shot in the eye, there's a possibility, it's remote, but there's a possibility of a retinal detachment, or there's a possibility of an infection, an ophthalmitis. And some people react very weird to the injections. So, one side of the coin is if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But the other side of the coin is let's do the latest to help our patients. That's why it's very important to sit down with the retina specialist or the eye doctor recommending it and to go over the benefits and the risk dramatically. And also, we got to look at the patient's age. All right. Look at the genetically predisposed. Sometimes we even do DNA tests. We have to look at their diet, their weight. So, here's an example. Somebody that has 20/25 vision and has early dry macular degeneration and is going to follow the proper diets, not overweight, and is going to take the right supplements we talk about, eat the right foods, maybe they're not going to need to get that injection. But by the same token, we got somebody that's a little bit overweight, lazy, not going to do what we say, then maybe the injection is going to be better for them. So you got to look at each patient and figure out, what's right for them, not what's right for your pocketbook.
So how is this shot going to be different than the eye supplement vitamin that she takes?
Well, it's
Because
acting.
that,
Yeah, it's acting a little bit differently. The supplements are acting, trying to help slow down oxidative stress and the inflammation in the eyes, the rusting of the eye. And you need to take the supplements. It's not going to be one or the other. So if you get the injections, you need to continue taking the supplements. But this is a big caveat because a lot of the supplements out there, and we were involved in some DNA studies for macular degeneration, proving that certain supplements out there with super high amounts of zinc could actually accelerate certain types of macular degeneration. That's why I
mm-hmm.
developed the zinc-free next generation Fortifeye macular defense based on all this science. And remember, these vitamins are not cures. They're not treatments. That just gives the body the fuel that individual may not be getting through their diet. But the injections,
Okay.
I've got thousands of people having this injection for dry macular degeneration. I can't say they're doing great because it's still too soon. Only time will tell. But then the question is, if they were on the right supplements, the right diet, would that do the same thing, right?
Right, right. Now my mom is 91 and she eats very little.
Right.
Does not have a good diet. Tiny little thing.
Yeah. So,
Um,
our protein and our superfood may be good for her. That's what I have my mom on. She's 96 because it's delicious. It's giving her 21 grams of protein and the fruits and vegetables for the whole day. Think about that. But in the villages, we got a lot of great retina specialists in the villages. So I can't think of any bad ones. So you're in good hands if you're in the villages for her retina.
okay. All right. Now this is a newer shot that's out.
Right. It's relatively
Okay.
new. Yep. And we're about out of
Okay.
time, Janine. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate
All right.
it.
Keep us posted on mom. All right.
All righty.
All
Bye
right.
bye.
Bye-bye. And Dr. Summerton, we got a whole minute to sign out now. So, we're talking about longevity, losing weight, sleeping, hydration, exercise, sunshine, correct diet, correct supplements. All of that acts synergistically at slowing down the aging and helping people for 2024, correct?
That's right. We want people to think about their lifestyle choices, and it is a choice, and it may also take effort, but think about how you want to feel, how you want to live. We all going through it. We all have to put in the effort. We're in it together. We're here to help you, and we encourage you to put good in, eliminate the bad, spend time with your family, do what feels good for you. You socialize, you exercise, you eat healthy, you worship, you find that spirituality, all those things that the Blue
All right, we're
Zones
outta
talk
here.
about.
Thanks, Dr. Summerton. All right, Scoops, tell
Thank
everybody
you.
goodbye for the new year.
Bye, everybody. Happy New Year.
We're out of here. Bye-bye.